Environment and Waterways. Her Excellency,
The Honourable Minister for Agriculture, Waterways and Environment, the Excellency, the High Commissioner of Britain to Fiji, ladies and gentlemen, Bulavinak, and a very good morning to you all. Firstly, my apologies for the delay, but I'd also like to thank the High Commissioner Melanie Hopkins for hosting us at her residence this morning to celebrate and mark World Oceans Day. The delay of this New Year's UN Oceans Conference doesn't mean we cannot afford to delay our response to the many grave threats facing oceans' health. While it's true the COVID-19 pandemic has granted our oceans some measure of reprieve from the stresses of maritime travel and overfishing, it seems the world is poised for a bull rush back to the status quo. As our Honourable Prime Minister has championed, our return to a new normal must rather be defined by a new relationship with the oceans we all depend on, and that work begins now. The theme for this year's World Oceans Day is Innovation for a Sustainable Ocean. As abuses of our oceans resources continue to grow more severe, so does the need for novel solutions and the innovators who will create them. That's why we welcome the UK government's 30 by 30 Global Ocean Alliance initiative, precisely the kind of innovation, results-oriented partnership that embodies this year's theme. We are happy to announce that the Fijian government's support of the 30 by 30 initiative, which will be reflected in Fiji's upcoming National Oceans Policy, is very much part and parcel now of our discourse. This should come as no surprise, as this international coalition aligns with Fiji's already stated target of our new EEZ 30% marine protected areas by 2030. We look forward to reaffirming this commitment at the upcoming Convention on Biological Diversity, where we hope to stand alongside nations from around the world to build the critical momentum that this movement needs. The Global Ocean Alliance aims to bring the rest of the world to Fiji's same benchmark, ensuring that at least 30% of the global ocean is assigned to marine protection by 2030. It's precisely the scale we need to protect and preserve our ocean and the life and livelihoods it sustains. We thank the UK government's Right Honourable Lord Goldsmith, who we had the pleasure of talking to about a week ago, helping to spearhead this initiative for Fiji. The science, of course, is clear. Effective protection of at least 30% of the global ocean will help to reduce adverse impacts, preserve fish populations, increase resilience to climate change, and sustain long-term ocean health. This same dedication to a science is what's driving the Fijian government's ongoing efforts to protect our marine resources, a commitment that is being codified through the development of Fiji's trailblazing national ocean policy. As custodians of our oceans, we must ensure that all policies, finance, and institutional arrangements that impact the ocean are well aligned, effective, and keep Fiji on track to achieving both Sustainable Development Goal 14, which is life below water, and the Paris Agreement's ambitious targets. National ocean governance is challenging, especially in a country like Fiji, where virtually every ministry and department is touched in some way by the oceans. Compounding on that complexity is the network of many voices and organizations that are vested and sometimes competing interests in how we approach the management of our oceans. Ocean practitioners, businesses, scientists, NGOs, civil society groups, and international organizations, all of them in that same space. As a singular roadmap, our national ocean policy seeks to unite those voices and to find real-time solutions by sustainably interlinking our efforts. We are also working through the nation's sustainable fisheries and aquaculture industry and instituting policies and practices to deter illegal, unreported, and unregulated fisheries. Plastics, of course, continue to threaten the world's marine life and wetland areas, something we took a stand against this year with our 1 January ban on single-use plastic bags. While other nations are using COVID-19 perhaps as an excuse to pause or even roll back similar initiatives, Fiji won't accept excuses when it comes to our environment. We'll be building on our momentum by phasing out styrofoam containers from 2021 in what will be another win for our waterways, wetlands, coastlines, and coastal and marine ecosystems. Over 90% of world trade is carried across the world's oceans by some 90,000 marine vessels. Not only do these massive fossil-burning ships have carbon footprints the size of thousands of land vehicles, but they're conducive to environmentally destructive spills that can prove devastating to fragile ocean ecosystems. That's why Fiji is proud to co-chair the Pacific Blue Shipping Partnership alongside the Marshall Islands as our 6 Pacific Island member states work to achieve a 40% reduction in the use of fossil fuels in domestic shipping by 2030. This is a vital step to our longer-term goal, a zero-emission marine shipping sector in the Pacific by 2050. Your Excellency, Honourable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, now more than ever, the ocean desperately needs our voice. This World Oceans Day in particular reminds us that in a changing, unpredictable world, we can still turn to our seas for solutions. But to do so, we will have to collaborate across all fronts and all borders to both protect our oceans and tap into their vast potential for generations to come. Thank you very much.